Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on The Wax. It is Tuesday, May 14th. I'm Nuclo.
And I'm Nicole Nalepa. Thanks for joining us here. We have a lot to cover, but first we're going to get our first check of the forecast on The Wax here this morning with meteorologist Jill Gilardi. How you doing, Jill?
Doing pretty well. You know, some areas are enjoying bright sunshine, and then you have the flip side. The fog has left you in the dark, so to say. It is very cloudy in Torrington. So we're starting off with a little bit of fog. It is burning off, though, in New Haven. So this will be the trend for you from, east to west for clearing skies, sunshine, 50s all the way around the state. And the wind flow is coming up from the south today. That will eventually become on the breezier side. But great weather to get out in the yard. So it could be your day off, and it could be yard work day. All right. Did plenty of that over the past couple. Now, inland temperatures, of course, going to be a little warmer than the shoreline temperatures just because of that wind flow. A few more clouds to end the day, but just lovely conditions. Highs ranging from about 68 in Groton to 81 in the Connecticut Valley. So beautiful day today. Take advantage of the warmest and driest and brightest day of the week. Eventually rain returns. I'll pinpoint that coming up a little bit later. Let's get an update on traffic now. Good morning, Caitlin.
Good morning, Jill. Good morning, everybody. All right, if you're heading out the door right now, your drive times and speeds are looking pretty typical. So if you're heading to work, getting the kids ready to go to school, we are seeing some of those delays build across the state. Hartford to New Haven on 91, things are moving along. Waterbury to Hartford 84 eastbound, starting to slow down through the capital city, and then New Haven to the George Washington Bridge 95 southbound. You can see that 100-minute ride time. Again, really typical, especially those delays that are building along the Parkway through Fairfield County. We have no construction set up right now that DOT is reporting, no crashes, no major incidents. But again, those delays are building as congestion builds as well. 91 north and southbound here, southbound lane as traffic is merging onto 84. Things slowing down at the light here in Middletown along Route 9. Things slowing down in and out of the Mixmaster along 84 in Waterbury, and then a live look outside in Meriden 691 east and westbound. I'm Caitlin Francis with your Connecticut Chevy First Alert Traffic Report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
All right, thanks, Kate. Sticking with the traffic theme, police have been on the scene of a single car crash in Manchester.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Marcy Jones gives us the latest from the scene of the crash.
This is certainly not the way that anybody wants to start their Tuesday morning. Take a look. This is a very ugly, what was a single vehicle crash. That white BMW X5 was actually loaded onto a tow truck and taken away. But you can see homeowners here trying to cut through some of the tree branches that are down. This caused a lot of damage. We've got a telephone pole dangling by the wires. We had Cox out here as well as Eversource because, as you can imagine, the service was disrupted. At this time, we're still waiting for police to confirm if there were any injuries and what exactly led up to this crash. As soon as we get that information, we'll bring that to you. In Manchester, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Developing news from Norwich now, where a home was hit by gunfire. Police were called out to Cliff Street last night, found several bullets lodged in the side of a home. No one inside was hurt, but it's not clear who fired the shots. Police are now trying to figure out what led up to all this.
And a Mother's Day celebration turned deadly in Waterbury after a father was shot and killed. This was the first story we first brought to you as breaking news yesterday. 2 other people were hurt in the shooting Sunday night at a banquet hall right on Sharon Street. There was an argument over the music volume, and that's when someone fired shots through a wall. 29-year-old Shaquille Morris was killed. Waterbury police say no arrests have been made.
A man in Southbury is accused in a terrifying case of kidnapping. Police say eyewitnesses saw Brian Lambert dragging a woman through the woods off of Elaine Drive and then forcing her into a car. Police eventually tracked them down in Oxford, where the victim was found with bruises and scratches. Investigators are not revealing how they knew each other, but they're calling this a domestic incident.
And a woman in Litchfield County is recovering this morning after she was kicked in the head and the chest by a horse. Police tell us it happened right on Lake Harwinton Road, and the woman was seriously hurt and had to even be flown to the hospital by Lifestars, you see here. We are still working to get you an update on her condition this morning. The Department of Transportation says that wrong-way crashes are on the rise once again here in Connecticut.
Officials say 11 people have been killed in wrong-way crashes this year.
And that's why the state is continuing to roll out its wrong-way detection and warning system on off-ramps and on-ramps across the state. They give drivers who go the wrong way to realize the mistake and turn around.
Those systems will also notify state police and our highway operations center so they could pull it up on the traffic camera, see if that driver self-corrected or if they continued onto the highway.
So those signs with the flashing lights are on 50 ramps across our state, and in the next couple of years, they're hoping to be on more than 200.
Unsettling moments played out at Cromwell Middle School. Students and teachers evacuated the building yesterday morning after a student ended up dropping a Chromebook and it started to smoke. But the situation was resolved and fortunately no one was hurt. The rest of the school day continued as normal.
Some big changes could be on the way at the Enfield Square Mall. A new potential owner wants to tear it down and spend $250 million to redevelop the area. The plan includes retail space, new restaurants, 2 hotels, and luxury apartments. This is not a done deal, though, as developers say the plan will only go forward if the state approves a whole bunch of grant money for that project.
Good morning, everyone. It is 7:07. We have seen the clouds and fog burn off in some areas. Other spots, it's lagging. 54 right now in New London. The wind flow out of the south at 8 miles per hour. Your visibility is great, but you go back to the west, it's a different story. Kind of socked in with the clouds. Waterbury to Torrington. That fog and low cloudiness will eventually burn off. Temperatures are mild to kick off the morning in the 50s across the entire state. The wind flow coming up from the south about 3 to 8 miles per hour, but will become in that 15 to 25 mile per hour range, gusty this afternoon. Highs will range as cool as 68 down towards, say, Groton to about 81. So looking like we'll be bumping up that high for the Hartford area a little bit. Beautiful day today. Take advantage of it because things are going to be changing. Hit or miss showers tomorrow, but the best rain chance is going to be on Thursday. I'll be focusing much more on that coming up a little bit later in your first alert forecast. Let's get in.